Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 31, and today we have games against Spurs and Arsenal in the Premier League. Before we play those games, though, I'm going to show you how Swansea have been getting on off camera. So in the last episode, you saw our 1-0 defeat to Liverpool and then our 1-1 draw against Olympiacos. I then played just 2 games off camera, and we started with a goalless draw against Olympiacos in the second leg of our Europa League round of 16 tie. That, of course, puts us through on the away goal ruling, and this was, by the way, the most boring game of Football Manager of all time. Genuinely, I swear to God, there were no chances and there were no highlights. It was the worst Football Manager game of all time. We don't mind because we made it through, but 0 clear-cut chances, not a single highlight in that game. If I show you the key highlights, I literally think you'll just see the kickoffs from the first half and the second half. Quite honestly, there was nothing. This was all I saw. It was just that bad, but I don't mind too much because we made it through. Hang on, was there a highlight here? No, that was a full-time whistle. There we go. So, what an awful game, but we don't mind because we make it through to the quarterfinals. Anyway, following that, we had a 3-2 victory against Derby County, so a little bit more exciting, very exciting this game. We went 2 goals up in the first half, then Derby rallied back from 2 goals down to make it 2-2 late on. I then made a really bold switch as well in the 80th minute, took off my top goal scorer, Gabriel Barbosa, who was just absolutely awful, brought on Bentancur and Callum Wilson, and Callum Wilson ended up scoring us the winning goal with just 4 minutes to go. So what a big decision that was, and it turned out to work out well. Anyway, coming to today's episode, games against Spurs and Arsenal in the Premier League, so a North London double. As you can see the table right now too, we're in 7th place, 9 games to go, we've got 47 points. We've got 3 games in hand on Everton, who are in 8th place right now, so I honestly don't think, touch wood, will finish any lower than 7th, but of course, we do know now we'll need at least 6th to finish in a Europa League place for next season. 7th won't do it like last year, we'll need either 6th or possibly even 5th place. We're 4 points behind both Liverpool and Spurs, who are in the position above us. We've got to get the points in this game, got to get the win. A draw wouldn't be too bad, but we simply cannot afford to lose. And then, of course, again against Arsenal as well. And also, our Europa League quarter-final tie is going to be against Liverpool. And if we make it through that tie, we'll face either Chelsea or Paris Saint-Germain. So we've done really well to reach the Europa League quarter-finals, but I think the truth is now we're probably not going to get further than this. Regardless, first game of the episode against Spurs in the Premier League. Let's get the win. And so, as we come into the first game of today's episode, it is against Spurs here at New White Hart Lane, their new stadium they just built. Just checked it out, 61,000 capacity, not too bad whatsoever. But anyway, this is the tee I picked for the game regardless. Sticking with the 4-4-1-1 you guys are familiar with. Timo Horn starts in goal, back 4 of George, Brooks, Marlon and Hugo Mallow. In midfield, Ayu's on the left, Bentancur's on the right, and in midfield, Sam Redmond and Sergio Roberto. The attacking midfielder is Gylfi Sigurdsson, and our lone striker is Esposito. On the bench, we have Berisha, Corker, Trippier, Joe Allen, Jesse Lingard, Callum Wilson, and Gabriel Barbosa. And Sam Redmond, by the way, guys, I'm really in love with the guy right now. He keeps on progressing well in stats. Unfortunately, no green arrows to show you right now, but this guy, like, he could be the star of this series if he really wants to be. I really do love this guy. But anyway, first game of the episode, Spurs here away from home. Can we get a big 3 points, close the gap on both them and Liverpool, or will they start to pull away from us in the table? Let's hope not. So a draw wouldn't be a bad result for us at all. It keeps us in the race for 5th or 6th, but a win would be absolutely massive and it'll put us level on points with Liverpool. But the first chance does come to Spurs with Christian Eriksen finding Yang Vertonghen. He finds Onuma on the ball, back towards Christian Eriksen, who finds Harry Kane inside the area. He finds Xherdan Shaqiri, hits the post, and Marlon scrambles it clear, and Shaqiri almost gave Spurs the lead. Fortunately, the woodwork saves us, still 0-0. So as we started the second half, there wasn't really much to show in the first 45 minutes, just Shaqiri hitting the post. But again, I wouldn't be against a goalless draw in this game, or a draw of any kind really, but I do believe the chances could be there for us to win this game if we want to force it. But right now we've created nothing, had no shots whatsoever, but I don't want to change things, so I don't want Spurs to win this game. We can afford to miss out on 2 points, we can't afford to see Spurs get all 3. So corner for Spurs. Will they win the game later on? Here would have hit the bar, but Lindelof turns it in, and Spurs are going to go on to win the game. There's been basically nothing going on in this game whatsoever. We've created nothing, but Spurs are going to win it with 10 minutes to go. They swung in the corner with Mark Albrighton. It was headed on, and unfortunately, after Onuma hit the bar, Lindelof was on hand to head the ball into the back of the net. So 1-0 to Spurs. They're going to win the game. What a frustrating 90 minutes this has been. There's been no chances for us whatsoever. I've been reluctant to go to attacking, but now we'll have to. I would have taken a point. Now we're going to get nothing. And that will do it then. Final score at New White Hart Lane. Spurs 1, Swansea 0. And we have a very disappointing defeat. We defended very well in that game up until the final 10 minutes when they got themselves their winning goal. So, Sean O'Drinkle, I said it again. I'm just going to start calling him Sean O'Drinkle now. Sean O'Driscoll says, I think you should really sympathise with the team on such a loss, but I'm still going to say that I'm far from pleased because that'll motivate and fire them up, even though they actually defended pretty well. But it's a shame, really. We only created 2 chances in that game, 2 shots and 2 on target, but no goals whatsoever. It does mean that Spurs claim the win. They're almost certainly going to finish in 5th or 6th now, which will guarantee Europa League for them. But for us, as Esposito bruised his rib in that game, we know that 7th won't be enough, and we are now falling off the pace as Liverpool remain in 6th place and 4 points clear of us and had a better goal difference record as well. So there's 8 games to go. There's still a chance we could still qualify for the Europa League for next year, but we couldn't afford to lose either the game against Liverpool or the game against Spurs. We lost them both 1-0, very disappointing. I feel as though this season in Europe may be our first and only one for the first 5 or 6 years. And as we come into the second game of today's episode, it is against Arsenal away at the Emirates Stadium. We're sticking with the 4-4-1-1 for this game, but there are some changes to personnel and also in terms of our tactics as well. We're going to start on counter, and we're also going to try and drop a little bit deeper in terms of our defensive line and also close down much less as well. Going to try and soak up some pressure in this game and try and hit Arsenal on the break if we can. So it is the team for the game then. Timo Horn starts in goal, back 4 of Davies, Brooks, Marlon and Mallow. In midfield, Lingard's on the left, Bentke's on the right. And in midfield, Sam Redmond and Joe Allen. Gylfi Sigurdsson is our attacking midfielder, and Gabriel Barbosa returns to the first 11. On the bench, we have Berisha, Corker, Trippier, Xabi Alonso, Andreas Pereira, Sisto, and Callum Wilson. So second game of today's episode, we can't afford to lose once again, but I am fearing the worst. Come on, Swansea, prove me wrong. Let's get a big 3 points in this one. So first highlight, it comes to us with Sigurdsson whipping in a corner. It's not fully dealt with, and Brooks finds Marlon, who should have scored, and Petr Cech makes an incredible save and denies our Brazilian centre-back. Brooks headed it across the face of goal, Marlon went for goal, Cech made an incredible save, and don't tell me Arsenal are going to score straight away. Royce on the ball from this corner, takes around Lingard, Horn makes the save, and Bentke hooks it away. Really good chance there for us to take the lead. Great save by Petr Cech. So free kick for Arsenal, Royce crosses the ball into the centre, Marlon heads it away, but it comes straight back to Marco Royce, who chips it towards Bazoer, through towards Kingsley Coman. Can he get a chance here? He crosses. Oh, it's gone straight in off John Brooks. And how about that? Arsenal take the lead. An own goal from the former Arsenal centre-back. We signed him from Arsenal, and he scored here at the Emirates Stadium against his former club. Unfortunately, at the wrong end. Kingsley Coman on the ball, crosses the ball into the centre. John Anthony Brooks. And he just hits him on the shoulder, doesn't it? And goes straight past Timo Horn. He's just looking at the ball like, oh, for goodness sake. 1-0 Arsenal. And they take the lead for an own goal. And they've got another highlight here of Coman trying to cross, but he comes back towards Hector Bellerin, who does cross and finds Berardi in the centre. And it is 2-0 to Arsenal. And 18 minutes in, I feel as though this game's already done. Mesut Ozil backheels towards Coman. His first cross is blocked, but it comes to Bellerin. Bellerin crosses the ball into the centre, finds Berardi on the volley, puts it into the bottom corner, 2-0 to Arsenal. My decision to start on counter has not been one which has worked. I can already tell that 20 minutes in. Oh man, we're not going to make Europe again. Right, so I'm making a triple change and also switching to a 4-4-2 as well. Going to try and go more direct in our passing too. Try and get some kind of chance late on. Sisto's going to come on, Pereira's going to come on, and also Callum Wilson's going to come on for Joe Allen, Jesse Lingard, and Gylfi Sigurdsson, who's been very poor in this game. Hopefully we can get something. You know, I'll take a consolation goal in this game, anything, to make sure this episode has not been a complete failure. But instead, Arsenal could make it free. Ozil finds Ramsey on the edge of the area. He flicks it on towards Marco Royce, who takes it round his man and also finds the back of the net. And Marco Royce makes it free for the Gunners with his 6th of the season. And a poor start to the episode, which saw us lose to Spurs, gets even worse with a defeat to Arsenal. And someone's banging a hammer really loudly in the apartment next door. For goodness sake, I'm making a Football Manager episode for teenagers. Stop annoying me. I don't know whether you guys can hear that, but that just sums up everything. It really does. 3-0 the final score. Arsenal get all 3 points. A very disappointing game. I really felt as though we should have created more than just the one chance we had in the first half. I went to attacking, I tried to get the ball up the pitch quicker, it just did not work out for us sadly, and that was a really poor game. And that's now 2 games in a row where we failed to score or get any points as well. Just extremely disappointing. And it's also annoying as well because some of the players that have actually done really well this season just haven't turned up in these games. You know, Sigurdsson was poor, got subbed off. Barbosa was really poor as well. He's been our top scorer this year. Very disappointing. And as you can see right now, we stay in 7th place with 5 points clear of Everton and have a game in hand as well. I don't predict us falling out of the top 7. I think we should still be okay. But of course, don't forget, as I mentioned earlier, we need to finish in at least 6th place. And that's at least 6th as well. And now I just don't feel that's going to happen. We've got 7 games to go. We still could catch up. But if Liverpool win their game in hand, they go 7 points clear and have a better goal difference record as well. I feel as though now it's almost guaranteed with 7 games to go, we'll probably finish in 7th place. Regardless, there's still a chance. We have to try and remain optimistic despite not performing in these big games. And that will end today's episode in my Football Manager series as well, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. I shall return with games against Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge, and also the second leg of our Europa League quarter-final against Liverpool at Anfield, where hopefully we could stun the world and get ourselves into the Europa League semi-finals. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But thanks for watching today's episode regardless, though. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please leave a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day today. Enjoy the first semi-final of Euro 2016 tonight. Leave me a comment, tell me who you think is going to win and go through to the final, and I'll see you for the next episode in my Football Manager series very soon.